Okay, hey guys, how's it going? I hope you guys are having an amazing day or night whenever you guys are watching this. If you're watching this after the fact and you just want to watch your sign, that'll be timestamped down below. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but I have like a lot of fans going on like in the AC because I do live in Vegas and it's super hot, super dry. But sometimes like when I can hear it, does not mean you guys can hear it. But just a warning. If you guys can hear it, let me know and I can try to figure something else out for the next one. Okay, so today we're gonna I also kind of like did another mini live like I will kind of post later on where it's just like you guys need to be not you guys, but like I just had like a dream where it's like people kind of need to be careful. This could be like people around you. This could be like you. I don't know why you would be watching this, and this could be you. But like people kind of are preying on downfalls, right? Because they want it for themselves. And while we should always want the best for ourselves, it should come with that we're doing the work within ourselves, right? Like we should not want to the demise of somebody else. And that's kind of what it's giving, where it's like, okay, we want you to fail so somebody else could like work, they could do better. And it's not right because it's not going to last at that point. Because it gets a little bit deeper than that, but I'm just going to leave it at that, okay? So we're going to start out Pisces today, Pisces, and we're just doing a regular all signs. Pisces, what do we have for you today? I have like 2 separate candles going today. Oop, it's like a lot of protection. Hold on, I'm going to have to get those. I guess it's just that one. I feel like more came out. But I'm just going to take these, sorry. Okay. I guess I'm not going to take them because that's fine. Let me make sure there's nothing else left though. Okay. All right. It is what it is. Let's start again with Pisces. I'll do a new timestamp. A new timestamp for you guys, Pisces. Okay, what do we have for Pisces here? We have pushover. I definitely feel like this is like some past energy for you guys, Pisces. So maybe this is something that you've been dealing with. We have a win-win. And being limited, Saturn energy. That makes a lot of sense. Saturn, what is Saturn's? I thought Saturn ruled the 12th house, but it's actually the 10th house. You guys are ruled by Jupiter. I mean, Neptune. So with Saturn being limited, it's like you don't really feel like you might have like a lot of options right now. Like maybe you like what you want to do is being blocked in some type of way. That kind of comes back to that energy like I was talking about earlier, where it's like there are people around you where like you might not even know these people, Pisces, but like they just don't want you to succeed. And it's because they want your happiness, but if they would just focus on their own happiness, like they could get it too. But it's just like kind of being narrow minded, right? So, hey, Mike, yeah, I'm so sorry. There's just a lot happening in like my regular personal life where sometimes it's kind of hard to do this, which you would think like I should have a lot of free time, but okay. We have fake friends, Pisces. I want to tell you, like this came out the first time when everything fell on the floor. Fake friends was one of the cards. So you do have people around you who they want the best for you, but they really don't. It's because they don't want to see you doing better than them. And I think that's something that if you separate yourself from them, I'm not saying these people are bad people. Sometimes it's like kind of hard to like see somebody doing better than you when you don't like have any ambitions, or like if you don't like see yourself going anywhere. And so like maybe you separating yourself from these people will like kind of force them to like, okay, want better for themselves, or, like do something more. Because sometimes when like we're really like complacent or just like happy with where we are, like we might be happy, but then you have other people around you who are not feeling the same. So also just really limit the people around you. Yeah, jealousy. There's just a lot of people who are, it's backwards, so I hate showing it, but like there are people who are just jealous of you. jealousy is like a very normal human emotion. What we do with it, that's what matters, right? So it's like if we are jealous of somebody, maybe we need to work on ourselves so that we don't have to be that way. Like we should be happy for the people in our lives, right? And then we have copycat. Yeah, this is like behind something else. Oh, it's an empty one. Okay. You guys have somebody in your life, Pisces, who literally kind of just has nothing going on for them, and they're just not happy about it. They see you doing what you want to do, like making yourself happy. They kind of see, like, Pisces they tend to be like very emotional, but like also very sweet, very like live in their own heads, because you guys are water signs. There's just a lot going on around you, so just like be careful about that. Okay, let me turn off this fan because it's a lot for me. Can we get messages here for Pisces? You literally got your own card, Pisces, where it's like you need to take care of yourself. And I think also it's like when you distance yourself from people who, you know, you love and care about, and they see you doing better, it's going to want to like, they see something in you, Pisces, that they wish they had within themselves, right? Like they wish they could be open and free as you are. Because Pisces, they are very free spirited. Like you could be dealing with like an earth sign, Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, because they are kind of very rigid. I also want to say fire, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. You could like just be dealing with anyone, honestly, because water signs kind of like, not water signs, air signs can sometimes like get into like a way of thinking where like things have to be a certain way. But let's see what else we have here. We have the Strength card. Yeah, they literally just, they admire you, like, which is what jealousy is in a way. It's just like they admire you for who you are, for like what you represent, and at the end of the day, like you're going to be successful. And I kind of get this feeling where it's just like they're going to be talking about like how they knew Pisces like from the beginning, where it's like, yeah, Pisces is doing this and this and that, and like you might be like well known or like just really successful, I want to say, and they're just gonna like at the end of the day like, yeah, I knew Pisces back then. They were really sweet. They were really, really great. I just also want to say I don't think like this person is a bad person. I think they have to work through their own things. Like that's a part of like growing up or living life, right? 10 of coins. I think this is definitely your energy. And I think people know that you're going to be successful. There's a lot of green here. Green is love, right? And it's just like, and growing. And like pentacles is coin. So you are going to be really successful abundantly. And I had to say it, but like you are going to have to deal with people who are just going to be jealous of you. But at the same time, you just have to keep doing what you love. So let me get advice, and then I will move on. We have boundless possibilities, which makes sense. You guys are rulers of Neptune. Neptune is your ruler, which is illusions, right? Like you guys have a lot of creative possibilities. You are standing at the edge of limitless potential. Don't limit your dreams based on past experiences. Embrace the boundless possibilities that await you. People are going to be your haters. Like at the end of the day, that's how I'm feeling about it, Pisces. So if you want to do it. And protect yourself doing it. Do not let other people's opinions get in your way, because they will try. Bottom of the deck, it says courageous heart. It takes courage to follow your heart, especially when the path is unknown. Your heart knows the way. Trust it and let it lead you to your true destiny. That's honestly the main reason why, if this is one person, like people around you do not really like you or like have something to say about you, is because that they wish they could do what you're doing, because they could never. It's just like they need stability. That's why it was giving to me like heavy earth sign. Like they could have Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus, because like they need that. Like they need that stability. They need to be grounded. They need to know for sure what's going on. Or they could be a fixed sign too. Fixed signs are Scorpio, Aquarius, Leo. I'm missing one. I can't remember it. But yeah, those three for sure. Okay. Next we're gonna do Aries. for some water. Oops. Okay, next Aries. What messages do we have for Aries? I just keep hearing Aries, like, you're gonna get through this. Like, there are people in your ear, like maybe even yourself, like maybe these are your doubts. Calm yourself, because that's what I'm feeling like I have to do, is just like calm myself. We have battle between head and heart. We have Cancer. And, oops, seeing a ghost, people from your past. That would make sense. Okay, so if you guys are dealing, like, obviously when you have a battle between your head and your heart, it's just like you want one thing, like logistically, like, I can't tell you either way, where it's just like your heart's going to tell you one thing and then your head's going to tell you another thing. And like at one point, like, yes, you should follow your heart because that is what you're supposed to be doing. But then at the same time, like, it's like, okay, I need to use my head. Like my head is telling me, in the beginning, I want to say the heart is always going to lead. Like I always like to lead with my heart because we are heart-centered people. We want to love people. We want to like be there for them. And that's generally why like we will always kind of follow our hearts. But then it gets to a point where it's like, okay, our hearts can only take so much, right? Like then our mind starts to kick in where it's like, realistically, like what's happening here? Like this person might have hurt you, or like with Cancer here, like Cancer could be like a mother figure. That's so like maybe this has something to do with like mother wounds. And some I was just like watching this clip too earlier on YouTube where it was like sometimes like your mother could be like the best person, right? Where it's just like they've done everything for you and like they just like take it as a personal attack where it's like you don't really not appreciate it, because like you do appreciate it, but like let's say you grew up without like without a father, right? So then you have like these other wounds, right? Because you it's a father wound, but technically that is a parental wound. Wow. And that goes hand in hand, and sometimes like the mother can take it personally because like I gave you everything, like you never struggled, and which could be true, but at the same time parental is too. So like there could be like a father in the picture where you know, it just obviously they're not in the picture, that's a wound like they have to heal from. We have Aries, which is your card, right? Which I feel like you're really struggling here, Aries, like decide like if this is something you want or if this is something that somebody else wants for you. Like, because, well, yeah, that's what I'm getting, because like head and heart, like maybe even your heart knows like deep down, like maybe something isn't for you. And that's kind of what I'm getting. But then you have other people in your ear, like people from your past, like telling you like, no, we should stick this out. Like you guys, this is not a love reading, but it's kind of like becoming a love reading where like it could also have to like with like a career choice or like maybe you moving somewhere, something like that, where like you're going against something that people in your life are very against. Like it's like a very big blockage that these people are trying to I hate to say create, but they are creating it. You just have to not care. Different perspectives, thoughts, literally. It's because, yeah, that's what it is. And I get it. Like, you know, it's just like how people grow up is different. So, like, it builds you differently, right? Hey, contacting real estate, how are you? So like when you like grow up differently, like maybe let's say you didn't have a father in your life. So then if you get with somebody, no matter how shitty of a person that you are, you want them to have a father in their life, right? That they are. And it's just, you don't realize that what kind of damage that actually does to the kid. And it's just like different perspectives. And I'm not going to say anybody is wrong here, but I think that sometimes people need to realize that where they are now is because of their circumstances, right? It's because they worked hard and because of that. And so it's hard to see it like that. I feel like there's somebody in your life that's like really like reluctant to see it like that. And we have figuring things out, unsure. That's kind of, it's just, to me, that's really hard because I don't know. I feel like this is like a recurring thing here for Aries, where you will want to make a decision or like think about something or like decide something, and you'll have somebody else in your life telling you like no, or like this, it's not going to work. Like you should do it like this. You should do it like that. And life at the end of the day is just like doing things that you want. Like your people in your life, they made their own decisions. Like, yeah, listen to like their wisdom. But if you know deep in your heart, because you are battling yourself, and like if you're not true to yourself, you're just not going to be happy, unfortunately, at the end of the day. Like, I hate to say that, but it's like, and then even if you're wrong, that's okay. Like, you can't live your life in regret. Like, accept things for the way that they are, but do not live in fear. Can we get messages here for Aries? Four of Swords. And, excuse me. But it fell on people from your past where, like, you need to, like, stop telling people what you're doing. Like, definitely keep everything to yourself. In general, I like to live that, like, I like to practice that because you just don't know. Like, even, like, people harbor energies within themselves, right? Where you just don't know how they're really feeling. They could do this subconsciously, right? So whatever you're trying to decide, whatever you decide, do not tell anybody until it's actually done. Because, yeah, that's all I can say. Two of Swords here, because you are teetering. Like, you guys want to make a decision. You guys want to make a change here. But I want to say there's fear. And I can understand, Aries, where you guys are coming from, because, like, imagine you you do something that, I guess it didn't go in your favor, right? Like in the opposite of like whatever people are telling you to do, and then it doesn't work out. And then they're going to kind of maybe throw it in your face. Like if these people really do love you and they are your support system, they should accept you with like welcoming arms. Like, okay, it's okay. Like to throw it back in your face, these people are not really your people in that sense. Ten of Wands came out with like, it came out on Cancer. So I don't know if like you guys have been through it with a Cancer, but to me, it's also like a mother figure where like 10 of Wands is like, you're carrying all of the burden. You're doing all of the work. And it's just too much. At that point, it could also be with the Libra with Justice card here. But the Justice card is also like, this could be karmic, where like maybe this was supposed to happen. And it's just like, it is. This is something that you guys have to work out. If you guys just keep giving yourself to other people, you're going to keep losing yourself. And it goes in like more ways than just like a relationship. Because I do feel like this is like a mother figure in particular. So just be careful. Page of Swords in the reverse. There's just like a truth here that somebody is refusing to see. I don't know if it's you. I don't know if it's like this other person. But I think you guys will be fine. Let's clarify. Let's see what we have. Oops. Yeah, there's like a lot of it's just like somebody, it's not that they don't want to see you succeed, but they just want you to do it their way, because they feel like, hey, if I had this opportunity, I would have done it like this. And at the end of the day, it's like, okay, but it's not your life, right? You can't control people. When you start to try to control people, then you get mad, then you start repressing things, and we just gotta let it go at some point. Okay, can we get one card here for Aries? And then if they go. Okay, so if you guys stay, we do have the Death card here, which is a spiritual transformation. But at the same time, it is an ending, and it's going to happen at that point. The Death card is like, it's going to happen. There is going to be a new beginning. It's just maybe not in the way that you would like it to happen. Also, like, if you guys leave, we do have the Five of Pentacles, unfortunately, which does mean temporary. Like, if you're gonna feel left out, you might experience financial hardship. But this is all temporary, right? Like, we all go through these things. It's not like, don't feel like because you are going through these things because you left this person, or like you're doing what you want, because you will have that person in your life telling you like, yeah, the reason why you don't have nothing is because you didn't listen to me, which is not true. It's not true. It's more so like, this is the path that you have to take. And then having faith. Faith is like a number, like a really big thing. Like, pray on it too. Like, if you pray and ask, like I prayed a lot, and like, especially when I first got into spirituality in the very beginning. And I remember like this was like a dating thing where I was like in a situationship, and I'm just like, this is ridiculous. Like, I don't really like this. And so I asked and I prayed. I'm like, hey, can you please just tell me who I'm supposed to be with? And then they showed me. And I was like, at that point, I'm like, okay, granted, it did not happen as soon as I thought it would happen. Like, it still really hasn't happened. Like, this is just, it takes time. It takes a lot of time. So be prepared to be patient. And then also have setbacks, because it's just like, you have to be like determined to like really want these things, right? Because yeah, you will be tested. And I feel like maybe this person in your life will test you. Okay, I'm sorry. Did I get advice for you guys, Aries? This was kind of long. Can we get advice here for Aries? We have wisdom. You've been here before and you know what to do, yet you fear disappointing others. The wise choice may not be the popular choice, but choose for the highest good in the situation. I love that. I'm just like, when it confirms everything that I've said, it just like makes me feel good too. So I hope that makes you feel good too, Aries, okay? Okay, next we're gonna move on. We have Taurus. Taurus, I'm kind of feeling this vibe, like you're just like, okay, whatever happens, happens. Like, you're trying to be carefree, right? What do we have here for Taurus? 222 also. This could be like in regards to your soulmate, because 222 is partnership. It doesn't have to be. Can we get, we'll take the first one, which is perfectionism, Virgo, and it came with another card. I don't know if there's anything on there. And then analyzing your feelings. I'm gonna sneeze. I'm trying to sneeze. There's just something here. It's not gonna come out. Maybe that's how you're feeling, because there's just like something where maybe you're being really rational about it. That would make sense. This could be in regards to somebody. It is. Are you like really into somebody and like, and you're just not sure if they're into you? We have frenemy, hater, toxic, jealous. There could be somebody trying to like play into that. Somebody who could be like a friend to you. I think so. That's like trying to tell you maybe you need to have your life together in a certain type of way before somebody will be with you, or before you can find love, which is just like absolutely not true. Like, that's just not life. Like, oh, it's like you have to like, we learn and we grow together, right? And that's what it's just like, that's what I'm hearing, like feeling. We have change of scenery. We have judging people. That comes with that, and it fell with perfectionism, right? Where it's, when we tend to judge people, it's because we find something within ourselves that we don't really like. And so you can kind of figure out people's like insecurities, like by what they judge people on. This perfectionism, I think that stems from it. Like, maybe the people like that's giving you advice maybe feels like that's what they feel like they need, right? Like, maybe they feel like they need to like have it all together before they can be with somebody. So like, I'm not saying that, again, right now it's 1222. Like, this is definitely in regards to like a soulmate or like a partnership. That's how that person feels. And we can't change how people feel, but that doesn't necessarily make it right. And then we have making a difficult decision, which might come from the change of scenery. Like, because you do have people in here where it's like, maybe these people can be your friends, right? And like I said, just because like it does not make them bad people, right? It just means that your values don't align. Like maybe you guys are on different frequencies where it's like, maybe they do need to have it all together before they can enter a relationship. If that's how they feel, right? But cutting somebody off, because that's kind of like a weird thing, like to cut somebody off for, right? Where it's just like, they believe this. But it's because you have to be okay with letting things go that do not align with you. That's basically what it comes down to, because most of the world are pretty good people, right? And there's nothing wrong with thinking that person, that's how they think, that's fine. But if that's not for you, like if you feel like this is not really your path, that's also kind of like a test in a way to like see like, hey, are you going to like keep following things that you don't really believe in, like you don't really feel like it's true? Or are you going to just like do what other people think is right? Because at the end of the day, like from personal experience, like I never do what anybody thinks is right. Like otherwise I would never have like done this YouTube channel, or like I would never do cards, or it just goes to like, because I love doing this and I want to do it. It's out of the norm. It might be unconventional, but like at the same time, it's like what I want to do. Okay. I'm gonna have to blow out these candles because they're gonna, hold on. Oops. I think this could be like a really difficult thing for you guys to like change. I got in my eye. The smoke got in my eye. Okay, can we clarify this here for Taurus? We have 4 of Wands. And it landed on like frenemies. This could just like be somebody, I don't know if they're already married. I think this could be like somebody who is, yeah, because it's I just, that's what I'm getting. This could be somebody who is already married, who feels like, yeah, they know better. So like maybe you want to follow in their steps. That would make a lot of sense. And I just want to say every path is different. There's no like cookie cutter, relationship thing or like path for you that's going to match everybody else. So just act accordingly and realize that, right? There is just like definitely, okay, this is like a community thing for you, Taurus. That's how I'm feeling. Well, the 3 of Pentacles came out, so that's what I'm getting. Where this is just something like that you grew up around with, like the people in your life, where they're like, hey, this is how things are, and maybe it's worked for everybody in your life, right? Like it's worked so far, but it's just not going to work for you, and that's okay. It's okay to like be the black sheep of the family. It's okay to kind of like pick yourself first and like kind of realize what it is that you want, like, or if you always are experiencing failures or just like things not working out for you, a lot of times it's because it's not supposed to work out for you, or you're supposed to be going on a different path. 10 of Wands here, like it like indicates like very painful endings. I don't know why I said beginnings. A beginning for you might be painful. It could be painful for like maybe somebody around you, or maybe even for yourself. So that's interesting. One more card here, and then we have 8 of Pentacles, which is like what you want here for your career. Like, what is it that you really want to work on? Maybe how you value money is not the same way other people value money, Taurus. And that's like, for some reason, I'm getting this feeling that maybe people in like at your community, I don't know, extended family would kind of judge you if you like you did something in your career field that maybe it's just not normal. But I do feel like it's going to make you a lot of money, Taurus. I don't know. We have the 3 of Cups here. And it landed on analyzing your feelings, where it's like, you kind of know the people around you want the best for you. And it's kind of hard. Like, let me tell you, it's really easy to cut somebody off who's really toxic and like bad for you. Like, it's just like, why didn't I do it sooner? But it's even harder to cut off people in your life who are technically like decent or good human beings, right? That it's just like, so why did you cut them off? And it's hard to say, just like, we just, we're just not matched. Like, we're just not aligned. And that's a really hard thing to do, because it's just like, why wouldn't I like this person just because we don't have like the same ideology in life? But having that same mindset, I'm not saying like religion or like politics and stuff like that, that's a big factor, but like, I don't have, what can I say? Um, well, I feel like this is pretty common, but it's like, if, let's say you have a friend who is a cheater, right? And then you're just like, oh, well, that's not, I'm not cheating. And then but you're okay with them cheating. It's kind of like condoning that in a way. And it goes like, there's other different ways too, where, I don't know, maybe your friend just can't be honest, like with you, right? Where like maybe you really value honesty. And it's just like, that's fine. They're allowed to have their secrets, but at the same time, you're allowed to have a friend who can be honest with you and to part ways. And it's just like, okay, you can still love that person, still want the best for them, just know that your paths are not supposed to be together anymore, which I think is kind of hard. I think that's a really hard fact for people to accept. Okay, let me get advice for you guys. We have self-doubt. You are questioning yourself and unable to move forward. Don't let fear hold you back. You have the strength and power to see it through. Now is the time to break free from this limiting pattern. Self-doubt can also be like, maybe you feel like you're not going to have another friend like this. That's like a big one. Like, people will say like the longevity of your friendship. Like, maybe you've known somebody for 10 plus years. You should just like, oh, I've known them for this long. Yeah. Were you the same person that you were 10 years ago? No. Or, hopefully not. I don't know. And is that person the same person from 10 years ago? Probably not. So it's okay to like just mutually split, right? And like be okay with that. And not think anything of it, like not wish harm on somebody else because you guys are no longer, I want to say, friends. Acquaintances is a good thing too. Like, I don't know why acquaintances get like such a bad rep. It's just, it is like, we know each other, we can hang out, but maybe they're just not going to be someone that you call on when you're in a crisis. Okay. I will be, next we have, we're going to do Gemini, but I will be right back, guys. Sorry. Okay. Sorry. Next, we're going to do Gemini. Gemini, I don't know if you keep telling yourself like you're doing fine, like you're fine. That seems like to be like a repeating line that keeps coming in my head. We have ask God for help. We do, it came out behind it. Work on creative endeavors. Maybe like that's an answer that you guys need. Like, I don't know if you guys have been. Do you guys have been focusing on something that hasn't really been helpful toward, I want to say your mental health. Mental health, yeah. We have affirmations. That's one of like low-key one of my favorite things to do, like especially like when you have a lot of negative thoughts, which you know I kind of do have. I'm an Aquarius, that's my sun sign. Where it's like if I hear something negative, I will just repeat the positive at least 3 times, because negative thoughts are really easy to like. That's where anxiety a lot of time comes from. It's just like you worry about things, like where you say things over and over again, and that kind of becomes your reality. So affirmations kind of help with that. Where like if you're like doubting something or like you think something, just saying it in your head shifts your reality. We have willpower. Oh, there's something hiding. There was something hiding here, Gemini, behind affirmations, which is feeling attracted, pleasure, and then leaving the past behind, new beginnings. I wonder if there's something here that there might be like a new beginning that you're kind of interested in, but you're kind of scared for some reason. It is like, I don't know if like you're trying to leave somebody behind. That's a really strong thing, but there's being limited here by Saturn energy, where you feel like there's a lesson that needs to be learned. There is a lesson here that needs to be learned, and we're going to clarify. Let's see what else we have here. We have 3 of Wands. It's and the Queen of Swords, which is Gemini energy, which is an air sign, right? Because that's Queen of Wands. But there is, okay, so I think maybe in the past you guys were stuck maybe in this relationship where I don't know if you thought that you were gonna find somebody else. That's a really like that's the energy that I'm getting, where you just like we're really holding on to this person. But with the Queen of Wands, Queen of Wands is interesting because that's all about passion, right? And the 3 of Wands, where it's just like, yes, you will actually. I'm thinking that you guys are gonna grow attraction to somebody more so, like maybe like I don't know, like not that instant attraction, but like something that you grow on, like you guys grow together. 10 of Wands, Ace of Wands, and Temperance. I'm just going to take them because it just fits the vibe so perfectly, right? Where that is what you want. You want like this happy family. That is the 10 of Wands, right? That is more emotional happiness. And then with the Ace of Wands here, it's definitely more of a physical thing, right? Where maybe you did not experience that before. And I'm kind of getting that's what it is. And I also want to say that this is not something that, for what I'm getting here, this is not something that happens and like right away. So that might be like from somebody in your past that you grow this attraction to, where it's like very passionate. You might not even expect it. With the Sun card here, yeah, like the Sun is very hot, right? Somebody could find you very attractive, or you could find somebody very attractive. What else do we have here for Gemini? We have a lot of fire again. Knight of Wands. And then the 4 of Coins. We have to, it came out in the reverse. So it's like we have to let go of this lack. Which I get that there is somebody here that you might be afraid of leaving behind. Bottom of the deck of this the Oracle, we can say, is there something you don't know? And then if you are feeling ignored by somebody here, Gemini, it's because maybe this person does have something going on in their life that you don't know about. So just be careful. Is there anything else I should pull? I'll just pull at this point here. I'm gonna just do advice for you guys, because there's such like this is such a beautiful reading, but it does require letting something go that you don't want to, and that's a struggle for you guys where you have this awaiting for you. I kind of want to think you already know that, right? But there's just something where, like, I don't know why you don't want to leave this. We're all different, right? We have wisdom. You have been here before, and you know what you are, and you know what to do. Yet you fear disappointing others. The wisest choice may not be the popular choice, but choose for the highest good in the situation. In this sense, it kind of reminds me of like making your family happy. Like maybe this could be like, I don't know, an arranged marriage, or if you have children with somebody and they want you to stay together for the children, or if it's in your career too, like maybe like you make a lot of money doing something like data entry or an accountant, something like that, and then going to start your own business like as an artist, or like something that makes you happy as a creative, and it doesn't make a lot of money. And at that point, it's just like you have to choose like, what is it, like what you love or the money. So that is that. Okay, you guys, let's move on. We're going to do Cancer next. Cancer, I'm just like, I'm hearing protection. So I don't know if like you need protection. That's what I'm like, maybe you need to protect yourself a little bit more. If you guys have been having nightmares, I think, like I said earlier, there's just like a lot of people who will want your energy. Like, I can't explain it, where it's like they want what you have instead of wanting for themselves, right? So like that's kind of like jealous energy. Can we get messages for Cancer? We have being recognized. Are you guys afraid of being recognized, Cancer? That's really what it is. Like, I'm gonna have to get rid of this card because this is the card that I spelled wrong. There's another one in here, and there's like a fear of being seen. There's like I want to say that was like put into you, like somebody put that into you. That's why I'm saying like maybe protect yourself, Cancer. We have meeting someone significant, family problems, inner growth, healing. So these all came out as one color. They're all pink. And so I don't think, like, I feel like this could be the same person. This could be someone who will cause a lot of family problems for you, but also cause inner growth, healing. So I kind of want to say, yeah, I don't think your family is going to like this person. We have unhealed mother wounds, car problems, and strength you get from being honest. I mean, you could physically have car problems. That's definitely one thing. But from what I'm like, how things are portraying right now is more so like car problems is having trouble moving forward, right? Because if your car can't move, you're not going anywhere. Especially if you live in the States, like you're not traveling anywhere without a car. And then we have strength you get from being honest. Like when you're honest with yourself and with the people around you, that's a lot of power, right? Because people can't hold anything against you. I think that with unhealed mother wounds, I think a lot of the time, most of the times, our mothers do take care of us. We want to make our moms happy. Disappointing your mom can be hard, right? But at the same time, it's like you knowing what is best and like what to do. It's interesting. Right here it's like selfish, like the bottom of the deck, where it's like your mother might think you're selfish for doing what you think is right. Granted, I hope you guys are all adults watching this. There shouldn't really be anybody under 18 watching this. So I even want to say, like, once you get to 25. I feel like 25 is like a really big year, like age where it's like you need to start making decisions for yourself. Because if you keep living for other people, you're not going to be happy. And then you're going to kind of throw things back in their face like, hey, I've done this for you. I've done that for you. Just the same way that maybe your mother has in the past, or like people in your life have. Because why are we throwing things in their face? Because we should be doing things because we want to do things. I want to use this deck. Can we get messages here? I also wanted to say Leo, but Cancer. Knight of Wands. You guys are really almost there. I want to say Cancer. Because there are, okay, there's like 4 of them. So I pull 5. I mean, I pull 6 cards, but 4 of them are these colors, right? And then you have this one pink, which is still kind of pink. And then you have like just this one out there yellow card, which yellow and pink, I kind of feel like are feminine energies, right? So you guys are kind of, which makes sense as a Cancer, like that is a feminine energy. Water signs are feminine. Does not mean you are a woman. That's just the energy that it is. You guys are so close to like actually, I want to say like believing or like trusting yourself and like the decisions that you want to make. There is just like this thing here, like there's like this one thing that's holding you back. And let's see what else we have here. What else do we have here? Oh. Okay, we have the King of Swords and the 5 of Wands. It's just really hard, unfortunately, Cancer, for the people in your life to accept that what you want is the best. They see it kind of as like a personal attack, because it's like they could never see themselves doing that. And it's also like, I don't think that, I believe that we all came down here knowing that, you know, what's going to happen in our lives and like the battles that we would have to face, right? And this is just a battle that you have to face, like knowing that you are right, knowing that you're going to have to stand up to the people in your life that want the best for you, and believing that it's right. With the Hierophant, that is the higher knowledge. And this Hierophant is in the dark, right? Like your truth is not going to be seen until the end. You are going to be very like, I know what's best. I'm going to trust this path. And it might be like a while before other people actually recognize and accept that, yeah, what you did was right. Or even to forgive. Because sometimes what we do is not right, but at the same time, it's just like knowing that that was the best path, or best path at that time. With the 5 of Cups. A lot of fire. So I just kind of feel like there is some change happening that people are not going to really be happy about. But do you see like this 5 of Cups is the same as this? They kind of look alike. Oh, that's a lot of sword, but that sword kind of looks like the King of Swords. Like they kind of look the same, where it's like, this is actually the truth, your truth. It's lit up. But right now you're kind of at this 5 of Cups energy, because you guys are Cancers, right? This is the water sign. So it's like you are kind of in the dark with it, but you know the truth, and eventually you will step into this King of Swords truth, and everybody else will be able to acknowledge that truth, which takes some work. It does. And Queen of Swords here too, where it's like, yes, that is a match. You will find a match. It's like a blockage, but it's okay. Should we talk about the blockage? I mean, what is this blockage? I feel like it's already long enough. But let's see. What is this blockage here for Cancer? Which is like, it's the Ace of Wands, which is technically a new beginning, a new passionate beginning. Somebody here, there's a mother that does not want a new beginning. I don't know if it's with you. Fire sign, so Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, they could be that. I feel like for this one, it's like power and control. So somebody here wants the control or the power to see when you have a new beginning. That's really what I'm getting here. Bottom of the deck, it is the 9 of Cups, which is like wish fulfillment. By yourself. Fulfilling it by yourself. Not needing somebody else. Okay, let's get advice for you guys, and then we can move on to Leo. We have break free. You are being asked to break free from the tribe in order to live your authentic life. This isn't easy, but it's very necessary if you are going to share your true self with others. Be brave, be real, be you, and trust that those who love you will always be there for you. That's another thing. If they are meant to be in your life, they will be in your life. But at the same time, do not hold on to people who are not meant to be in your life. If you let them go and they happen to come back, okay. But that's only if you're living your most authentic self. Not just trying to make other people happy or like trying to keep the peace. I don't believe in keeping the peace. I mean, like, keep the peace, but like at the same time, be real to yourself. Those two can correlate. Like, you could be kind to somebody and love them and like still say hi and all that stuff, but not want them in your life on a day-to-day basis. Okay. Next we're gonna do Leo. Leo, I don't know if like you guys are feeling cold to somebody or like you've been cold to somebody. There's definitely a cold. We have thief. Maybe you feel like somebody has like taken something from you or like has something that doesn't belong to them. It doesn't have to be necessarily being stolen from you. Leo, right here. Can't get it up, but there's just... Okay, let's see what else do we have here for Leo. We have family problems. Who are you? It came out in the reverse. There's somebody here. It's interesting. Like it's like they don't want you to. I don't want to say move forward, but yeah, in a way where it's just like maybe they feel like you are taking their place. That's what I'm kind of getting. Where it's like, listen, like me and this person have been together. Could be like a friend, could be a family, whatever. But like, I've known this person for so long. Who are you? Why are you coming into our lives trying to like change something? We have someone pretending to be your friend. And we also have act like a leader, but it's not coming out. So that's where I'm like, somebody isn't happy to have you in their life. That's interesting. The way that was said. Maybe that's how they feel. Like, that's what I could say. What else do we have here? Do it on your own. Others will follow. Affirmations. And then visit friends and family. Yeah, I can feel it, the vibes, the energy, where it's like, there's like a lot of responsibility here that someone doesn't really want to acknowledge, or maybe just doesn't want to share. Somebody could feel some way about you, and they're not gonna really say it. They're kind of like hiding behind like a mask or whatever. It's because maybe you guys have, like, if you guys, this could be family, like maybe this is a community, like you consider your family, but they're just, you know, you have like cousins too, like you guys are cousins, but they just don't really want to actually be your friend. They're just doing it because it's easier to be like that. Essentially, yeah. With stirring the pot here, like, could you even really have a conversation with this person? You could. Would they be honest? They would. So that's the one way to go about it. Okay. We have, this is just like the Five of Pentacles and the Death card, where it's like, this is very heavy energy. Somebody feels very left out here. Maybe that's how you feel about this person. Okay, yeah, you do feel like there's just, you can't understand them. You don't, like, that would make sense. But at the same time, I'm questioning everything. Maybe that's how you're feeling. Like you're just questioning what's up with this person. They're just not very, maybe you don't feel like they're authentic. That's the thing, but it's just like you just don't understand them. That's a big thing where it's like, okay, why is this person the way that they are? And that can make a lot of sense. At that point, yeah, we do have the Chariot and the Star here, which is, they could be, we have Taurus, Scorpio, Cancer, or Aquarius, so they could have that. But it's more so like there is something coming. Like if you've been trying to understand this person, there is going to be something that comes where you kind of understand them. Because I'm like, it doesn't feel like you, I do think you think this person likes you. You can sense that, but I don't know. But for some reason, maybe you don't feel like this person is authentic. That's kind of where it is, like where you kind of feel like this person is hiding something. We have the Five of Swords that came out with like, who are you? Which is, this could be like an Aquarius you guys are dealing with. And you don't feel like this person is very open and honest. At the end of the day, that's what like you are. And Aquariuses really aren't. Like they are very like people who tend to like keep to themselves, right? As a fellow Aquarius. And then we do have a Magician that came out where there is something that is going to come to light, like will help, or it will help you realize something about this person. Because Five of Wands almost wanted to come out. What about this person? What is it about this person here for Leo? We have, there's a lot. There's not a single thing here. It's like maybe this person, okay, so we have the Seven of Cups where it's like this person, you just don't feel like this person is being themselves. Like it's like they're always trying to be somebody else and they're not really authentic. But also at the same time with this, it like the Knight of Pentacles here that came out in the reverse, it's very much like, we're gonna have to pull one more. If we can't understand somebody, we just can't understand them at the end of the day. Like maybe we're not meant to understand them, and that's okay. If you feel uneasy about somebody, then you feel uneasy about them. You don't have to be forced to like try to be their friend or like try to understand them. That's fine. Like it is what it is. Being honest about that, I kind of feel like would be very hard in this situation, to be honest. I do kind of feel like there's a lot of other people here involved that maybe just would not understand. That's okay. They don't have to understand. It's just, if that's how you feel, that's how you feel. I think maybe getting to the root of it. Can we get to the root of this? The Hierophant came out where it's like, maybe if you have like a higher understanding, are they going to find it eventually? I think maybe if you just take your time and relax, obviously it's easier to understand or like accept people who have like been through the same things as you. And if you can't understand or like see what this person has gone through, then it's kind of like you're just gonna automatically have this kind of opinion of them, which is fine, right? That's all I can say at that point. Can we get any more messages here? What does this do it on your own? Others will follow. Which is this is honestly like my least favorite card in all the decks, right? I mean, on all the deck, which is the Ten of Swords, which is, to me, this like seems like victim mentality, and it landed on do it on your own, others will follow. Which is like, I don't know why we would say this, but it's just like maybe if you could tell other people how you're feeling, maybe like, or just like lead the way. It's not making sense to me, but I'm just gonna say it. Maybe it'll make sense to you, because it's saying if you would just like, is that what you're hoping for? Okay, maybe the energies could be reversed, right? Like, maybe this is someone that's thinking this about you, Leo, because I don't understand like why you would be on this video if this is your mindset. But it's definitely like feeling like somebody is trying to get somebody to not, well, somebody is trying to get a crowd of people, like maybe this friend group, this family, whatever, not to like a certain individual, where they're like maybe saying like, isn't it kind of weird that this person is like this? Don't you think this? Don't you think that? Like, and it's just they're hoping that somebody will agree with them, or like, yeah, that's weird. Like, I don't understand why this person is like that. Something of that sort, right? Yeah, I don't think that's you, but that's just an energy here that's lingering. Any more messages here? Let me do one more. There is a decision that has to be made, because it gets to a point where you cannot just keep judging someone, because there is a lot of judgment here. So if this person is judging you, it's not going to keep working. Like, and if you're judging this person, I don't really think that's the case. It's just not gonna be sustainable. People are gonna see the truth. Let's get advice here, because yeah, stirring the pot is down on the bottom of the deck as well. We have shame. You've carried this burden for far too long. It's time to release the guilt you placed on yourself and start a new chapter in your life. Set a new goal and begin to take happiness towards that action, or take action towards that happiness. There's just a lot of like people in people's ear. We're like somebody trying to get somebody to see a perspective. But the two people that have the issues here, they're not communicating with each other. I don't even know if that one person knows. Like, I don't think they do. Like, maybe if they sense it, like, but it's not like outwardly like shown. Yeah. Okay. They are the two people that need to have a conversation. So you and this other person. But okay, I'm gonna leave that here. Good luck to you guys, Leo. That's interesting, because, you know, I don't feel like you should be entitled. Like, you shouldn't have to like tell somebody about you, like, to you know, explain who you are. But that's what it's kind of like, it's feeling where this person just does not believe this other person, or like what they claim to be. They think that maybe this person is trying too hard. Not only that, they just can't understand them. And if you can't understand somebody, you can't. What can you do? Okay, next we have Virgo. Not fine. We have spell work, question mark, Virgo. You guys are the sister sign of Pisces, right? So that Pisces is like one of the most spiritual, like psychic signs, right? That could also be the same said towards you. They like, that's a saying that Virgos are pretty spiritual as well. We have mistakes happen. I think maybe also Virgo, like, people are feeling bad for like maybe what they thought about you, or like how they perceived you, like, or what they did, is very interesting. And then praying for help. That would make a lot of sense. We are all spiritually protected, right? In a way, if, like, unless like you're unaligned, right? Like if you mess with somebody who is aligned or who is spiritually protected, it's not going to end well for you. I think maybe somebody might have done something to you, Virgo, where they thought they were in the right, where it's just like, I want what Virgo has, where I deserve. A big thing of that is coming from like, I deserve this. And they just didn't. Obviously, if it was meant for them, it would be for them. A lot of times, if we don't let go of the things that are not meant for us, like, then we cannot get what is meant for us. And this person just tried to take it by force, right? And now they're suffering. Damaged is on here at the bottom of the deck. Damaged, where they are paying the consequences right now. Crying, hurt. We have obsessed with social media, fake, believe in the impossible. Wow, it's like this person, they know they messed up. See, they tried to take something from you that did not belong to them, and they are now paying the consequences. There's so many good things happening to you, for you, Virgo, that I think you'd be pleasantly surprised by. Like, even all these obstacles that people have like put in your way because like they're jealous or like they just want what you have, it's not going to work. Especially if you know it's not going to work. It might like cause delays or whatever. If you can feel energy coming towards you, you can always send it back, right? Sometimes people need to be put into spiritual jail, or the devil card in the reverse. Like, there's people, you don't even have to do anything. People like, well, God will do it for you. There is some doubt here. I don't know if you guys are feeling the doubt. What is this? What's going on here for Virgo? We have Page of Pentacles. I think this person is just realizing at this point that they can't take what does not belong to them. With the Queen of Coins, which is you guys. Like, this person could have been jealous of you. Kind of. It's something more. What was going on with this person? Should we care? I guess. Let's see. The King of Coins. It could have been somebody like, this could have been a romantic encounter because there was the Queen before. But there could have been like something that gave you power, or like maybe gave you status that they wanted for themselves. These cards are backwards, okay? But it just didn't work out for them in the way that they thought it would. Now this person is praying, asking for forgiveness. They could come back into your life, hoping that you will forgive them. Ace of Coins, which is, yeah, a new beginning. Like, they want to start something fresh, grow with you. Should you allow them to? Interesting. I'm hearing, yeah. Should Virgo allow them? Hierophant. The Hierophant came out, where, interesting. If you do allow this person, like, you forgive them, like, that's like you being very enlightened. Like, maybe you know something, like, spiritually, like, okay, this person, like, you can understand why it is that they did what they did. Maybe it wasn't to be vindictive. Maybe they were just uninvolved, or like not as spiritual yet. If you do forgive them, I kind of feel like that is it's just like you guys maybe even breaking a cycle. Like, you know the truth too. Like, you know that this person could never harm you to begin with, and at the end of the day, that we are all connected, and that that maybe this was the path that you guys were supposed to take. With the Eight of Wands, then it landed on, like, if it hasn't happened, you know it's going to happen. I think also it gets to the point too, like, you don't have to accept this person back. With the Wheel of Fortune and the Five of Coins, that you know that this person is going to get what's coming to them, Virgo, and you don't have to do anything. That's like a very like strong coming through, where it's like, this is what it is, and you know it's gonna work. This person is like, they're going to really heavily regret ever messing with you. With the Ace of Swords, like, you know that's the truth. And the Moon, like, they're not gonna see it. They think, like, even if they're doing better now, they don't, like, you realize that, okay, it's not gonna last because it's not sustainable. And that and you know the truth, especially if this is like they did it very like sneakily or underhandedly, like they did something to you. Maybe they thought they were getting away with it. You know the truth. You know what's really going on. With the King of Wands. Yeah, one more. And they think they're getting a prize, right? They could think that they're getting this King of Wands energy here, someone who's like a very good business person, very powerful, very charismatic, right? But really, it's going to be this Ten of Swords. Like, they're going to get, like, hurt. You can think that you're an equal to this person, that they're going to treat you right, they're going to do all this stuff. But it's really this Ten of Wands energy. And you're over it. Like, you know now. Let's get advice for you guys. Can we get advice here for someone wants to end something? Like maybe like this person that thought they were getting something from you, like taking something from you, they wanted to end. But I don't know. It's just, I don't think you want it to end. That could be like, maybe you want this person to suffer or like to actually get what they deserve. Which, you know, pay attention. You're being asked to pay extra close attention to the signs you're being given, both the subtle ones and the ones that can't be missed. These signs will help you see how to best move forward in order to live your best life. Okay, that's it for you guys, Virgos. Good luck to you. Next we have Libra. Libra, I'm getting the sense that you guys just don't really care about like how other people think of you or like what other people think. You just want to make your own decisions, live your own life, right? Which, yes, as you should. As long as you're not hurting anybody else, right? That's the life that we should be doing. Like living is like the ones to ourselves. Once we start wanting things that hurt other people, and that goes like worldviews too. Like, why are we taking things from people, countries that don't belong to us, right? That's when we need to kind of reevaluate what it is that we're doing. We have confronting someone or yourself. Your hard work is paying off. And look at the bigger picture. I kind of feel like there is something here that, well, someone that you have been taking care of, right? Like maybe giving them money, paying the rent, or maybe even just emotionally. That could be like, oops, something like that. And they're just, are they appreciative? I think they are, kind of. Do you have to remind them? Kind of. You do have to kind of remind them, which is not fair. Let's keep going because we still need 3 more. Finding the calm in the storm. That's you guys. I kind of feel like you need balance. Sometimes like if you are uninvolved, like if you're watching for a Libra, but like if you are unhealed or like, I guess I'm going to use that unhealed Libra, where it's like you can only like, you will like things to be balanced, but you can only see balance for yourself, right? Like you can only see the things that you're doing for other people. So maybe there's like this thing where I don't think you guys are doing that, but I think you guys are trying to see like, this is this, this is this, and you're trying to be very fair and practical. I don't know why I feel somebody else. Is there a third person? Okay, it doesn't want to be acknowledged. That's what it is. So there could be a third person here. It could be your higher self. Kinda. We have do it with a partner. And then we have fire sign, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. And then you are being redirected. I don't know if you guys know this person yet, but there is a third person, because I feel you guys doing something for somebody. That's what this energy is, where it's like you've been working really hard Could be a partnership. It could be a business. Whatever it is that you guys have been like, I don't even, has this person been helping? Yeah. Okay. So you guys have been working on this goal together, right? But there's just something else. There's another person. Is this Libra's higher self? Kinda. There's something that, okay, I guess that's where it kind of comes back to where, like I said earlier, like sometimes Libras can tend to just see what they're doing, like what they have done, right? And there's just maybe maybe looking at what other people have done for them to kind of see the balance, because sometimes when we can only see what other people do for, like what we do for other people, and we're not looking at what they do for us, we can tend to lose sight of that, right? Because there is like this little bit of here with this Two of Pentacles and this Knight of Pentacles where a little bit of grounding needs to happen. Libra, you guys are air signs. And if this is not your energy, this could be like somebody, like your partner's energy, whatever it is, that we need to kind of just acknowledge that like maybe we need to look more behind, like maybe in the past of like what this person has done for us, because sometimes it's not always 50-50. Maybe at one point it's like 50-30, and then 30 it switches, like things take time. So like maybe you're feeling like you're doing more work right now, and then maybe you have to remember like your partner was doing more work. That's like a lot. Like, can we clarify this here for Libra? We have Four of Cups. Yeah, look at the bigger picture is Four of Cups. Like you guys are thinking too much on the negative. Where somebody here, it doesn't have to be you, this could be your partners, where they think that somebody here is thinking that they're just doing everything and that they're not being appreciated, when like, you know, we can't always be everything for everybody, right? Like we have to sometimes be taken care of, or like we have to also take a step back and recharge our own battery. Ten of Pentacles. Ooh, one more. There's somebody here. That's that third person. Okay. I thought it was like your higher self, but I feel like there's a third person. That could be your ego. I kind of want to say it is your ego kind of telling you like, hey, look, you've done this, you've done this, you've done this. And you need to be careful because you do have somebody here that has given to you. And just think about that. That's all I'm going to say, because it's kind of repeating at this point. Can we get advice here for Libra? We have pay attention. You are being asked to pay close attention to the signs you're being given, both subtle ones and the ones that can't be missed. These signs will help you see how to best move forward in order to live your best life. A second one came out, and then we have patience. You are being asked to be patient. Asked to practice. Why can't I speak? You are being asked to practice patience right now. It is not easy to do this, but you are strong, and there's a reason why things aren't aligning in the way that you want them to in this moment. Have patience. It will eventually work out. Fresh start was also on the bottom. And I kind of do feel like you guys might feel like maybe you want to move on from somebody to have a fresh start. I kind of want to say, Libra, have a fresh start with this person. But there's like a block. It is a blockage. Also, can I just say, like, in relationships, things are not going to be 50-50. Or like, it's just not plausible. Like, you should just give. Like, obviously, save like for yourself. Like, don't give all of yourself away. But like, if you're always just so calculating about things, you're not going to be happy. And that's just not in relationships. Like, your friend, like you're romantic. But like, that goes in like, you know, your platonic relationships, the people in your family. Like, if you're nickeling and diming people, you're not. It's just, you know, that's all I could say. Give from your heart, and don't give like to think that you're going to receive something. And then also think about what people have done for you. Okay, that's it. Let's put this away. Scorpio is next. Oops. Okay, let me turn these decks over because it'll confuse me. Scorpio, I'm definitely hearing like, I'm ready. So maybe you've been ready for something. There's a lot of happiness. I can feel like happiness, joy, acceptance. I think maybe there's it's a little hard for you to accept something. I kind of like, we have, you are being used. You turn heads everywhere you go. That's definitely your, and then we have stop controlling this. I do feel like you guys have a powerful aura, Scorpio. I think you know this. I think when you hang out with people, like when people hang out with you, they make you, well, yeah, either way, you make them feel very loved, happy. Like it's always a good time, right? Sometimes you have to be careful with like when you're like that, because you don't know if like you're having fun or you are the fun one, right? There's also a lot of doubt. I'm feeling that, where that's how you kind of feel. We also have 3 to 6 months, so something in 3 to 6 months could be really significant. Let's keep it. It's just, I kind of feel like you guys are kind of waiting for the other shoe to drop. Maybe you guys feel like you're being used. Maybe you've been used in the past. That's really what it is. Okay, so this is like something from the past. Your hard work is paying off. 1 to 3 months. So I said 3 to 6 months before because that was on there, but now it's 1 to 3. So very possibly 3 to 3 months is a really strong possibility. What month are we? We're in June, so that's August, right? Maybe September. Why can't I think right now? I want to say August. Okay, it is. There's just like, there is a time frame. Obviously things too, like we do timeline shift, like we jump timelines a lot, so it just depends on like what it is that you are trying to head towards or like you're trying to accomplish. I don't know if you guys have been having these things where it's just like, I've been timeline jumping, like I'll come back, but it's just like, and then even then it still shifts. So maybe that's something that you guys are experiencing as well. And then trying to impress, faking. We're trying to impress. Oh, let's clarify, because I kind of feel like what I'm getting is there is somebody that had like a lot of fun with you, saw you like as a really fun person to hang around, and I don't know, something happened, or like maybe you cut this person out of, like they've had enough. Maybe you guys have had enough, because that's what I'm getting, where it's just like they're tired, they're fed up. Maybe you're tired and you're fed up and you decide to leave. What else is happening here? We have the Sun and the Queen of Wands, which is again fire energy. You just don't have to really work hard at getting attention. There's just, I feel like this energy of like somebody not wanting to acknowledge the power that you have, like the joy that you brought into their life. It's like very selfish energy. If this person comes back into your life, Scorpio, it's because they know that you have this kind of power, right? But they would never like commit. I don't know. Is it commit? I guess. But it's more so like they just want you to themselves. They don't want anybody else to have you. Very selfish energy. What is this? Your hard work is paying off here for Scorpio. I'm asking a question and it's not answering the questions. It's always like it's coming right back to over here where it's like the Ace of Swords came out on you are being used, which is like, I think you realize that this person was kind of using you. I think as human beings, we don't want to accept that. It's more so like we want to rationalize it. I think you guys do realize that if this person wanted to, they would. If Four of Wands did pop out here with like on you turn heads everywhere. Four of Wands is the marriage card. I kind of feel like this is what you guys are craving. You want somebody to marry you, want to commit to you, just want you, right? You have that. You have so many opportunities here. And then we keep coming back to this other person with this Eight of Swords where it's like, have they convinced you of something else? I think maybe they have put some things in your head. Yeah. Which is very like, I wonder if they know if they're doing that. Kinda. They might give you like some excuse, like on something like you can't even fix, like something that's happened in the past, right? What is it? Like, what could it? Oh, maybe like you've done something in the past that quite literally does not matter to somebody that, you know, you have been with. What was it? I don't even know what to say. Maybe you've been married before, right? And they're like, oh, I'm so sorry. Like, you've been married before. I can't marry you. Like, that's just not, that sounds even weird. Or maybe like you dated, okay, maybe you dated one of their friends a million years ago, right? Like maybe like it wasn't even that serious, but they're just like, yeah, no, sorry. No, I'm just thinking about something that happened in my own life, like when I was like 19 or 20, and I just kind of remember like, wow, that's crazy. That's crazy work that person said that to me. And because it's like, yeah, it's just an excuse where they were like, yeah, sorry, like you dated this person, I could never date you. And I'm just like, that was craziness. Like I didn't understand it, but at the same time now, at this very second, I'm realizing that it's just because they didn't want to talk to me. Like it's just an excuse. So this person just has an excuse, right? But okay, let's move on. They just want to keep you confused because I just got really confused for a second. Can we clarify the situation here for now they're going to answer, okay. You guys are stepping into this Queen of Pentacles, not Queen of Pentacles, which is, yeah, you guys could be healing, but this Queen of Wands where you are standing on business, you are very powerful, very attractive. People are very attracted to this Queen of Wands, right? But it's going to take some time. You are going to have to disconnect or step away from this person with, we do have the Nine of Wands and the Hermit, and kind of realize that this person was not for you, but that does not mean whatever this person excuses were, like whatever they said, does not mean that you are damaged goods. It just means that you are not meant for this person. Okay, let's get advice and we can move on. And then we have like 3 more signs. We have detached. You are being asked to detach from something that you have been holding on to. When we hold on too tightly to the desired outcome, it restricts the flow. Trust that the outcome will work out and let go of your attachment to it. Especially if it's like a person, right? With like, maybe you thought this person was the one for you, but they're not. Because I do feel like you do want this Four of Wands energy card, like marriage and all that stuff. It's going to happen. Maybe not in the way that you expect it. Maybe with not even who you expect it to happen with. But you definitely have to clean out this energy of this person. I just cannot. Okay, that's it. I'm just laughing about like how I'm remembering something that happened like 10 years ago, over 10 years ago. Okay. Next, we're going to do Sagittarius. Sagittarius, I'm like hearing, you don't care, or like, why do you care? That's basically it. Like, maybe you're over something, a situation. Can we get messages for Sag? We have change of scenery. And Sagittarius. I think maybe you're even trying to like just change like maybe things that you've thought about yourself, like other people. It's very indifferent. You're kind of, I just feel like you're very over something. Unable to express emotions. Losing someone suddenly. Force yourself to take action. Mars energy. And then broken promises. What is this? We also have taking responsibility. Unable to express emotions. That's definitely how I'm feeling. There is like a little bit of a blockage here. Forcing yourself to take action. Let's do a different deck. I'm kind of getting this change of scenery. It might be at work. What is this change of scenery here for Sagittarius? You guys do have to make a decision here. It could be in regards to your career. It's a split decision. There's definitely somebody or something in your ear. Maybe, what is this? This is something that you guys are like hold on dearly with the Four of Pentacles that came out. It's more, there is something that you guys hold on to. This could be a mindset. It is, I kind of want to say a mindset. It could be a person. Maybe the person that you used to be, that would also make sense if that, like maybe you're losing yourself, the way that you believe something to be. There's just like this change. What is this? Express emotions. Nine of Swords came out with the Ace of Pentacles. I don't think this is something that maybe you guys were younger, you were able to do. Yeah, okay, maybe you guys are the peacekeepers. That's a very strongly coming through, where now it's like you've maybe built yourself up to be this person. Oh, yeah. And it's just not who you are anymore. But changing it can be kind of like scary or different. Having boundaries does not make us a bad person, right? It's very much so like how we know what we are and like what we are willing to accept. I think that you guys are kind of just like maybe realizing that you don't have strong boundaries. And I only want to say like you will never let somebody disrespect you, but it's more so like you are so laid back that a lot of things don't bother you. That's really what it is. But at the same time, it's like you just don't like that stuff anymore. Maybe you're getting older. Maybe you just, your values have changed, right? That's how I'm feeling. We're going to clarify again. I also feel like it's like you're scared of losing people. That's what it is. And I kind of feel like that comes from like younger, like childhood things, like maybe in your past, like if you have done something or like like people would hold it against you and you don't want that to happen again. And it's like breaking that, it's breaking that cycle at this point, unfortunately. Anything else here? Because I'm getting kind of tired, sorry. We have the Chariot, which is victory. And it's coming towards you. It's landed on you. You're going to, it's like when you choose yourself in a way that helps other people, because we should also be in service to others, but we cannot give to others from an empty cup, Sagittarius, right? You're going to be okay. And the people who respect your boundaries should be allowed to stay in your life. And the people who don't shouldn't be, right? Like, not everybody deserves access to you and can have access to you. Okay, let me get advice. Let me get advice here. We have resolution. Whatever it is you've been struggling with is about to be resolved. Remember that resolutions don't always happen in the way that we hope or want, but being able to move forward and start fresh always brings relief. It's going to work out for you guys, Sagittarius. I'm going to leave that there. Good luck to you guys. Next, we have Capricorn. Can we get messages here for Capricorn? Oops. We have victim mentality. We also have struggling and abused. I wasn't going to take it, but they're there. When I say victim, so you guys could be a victim. You guys could, because like we do have abused here and we have struggling. I don't want to discount. This could also be like somebody that you're dealing with. So just, you know, be aware. We have being recognized, which came out in the reverse. And controlling your emotions. I think the people in your life here, Capricorn, have like, maybe you have been abused. Maybe it wasn't physically, maybe it was emotionally, maybe it was just like in a way that maybe you were neglected, right? And if you talk about it, people like, maybe if you even try to talk about it to like your parents, because those are typically the people who raised you, they will just like try to find excuses, right? Where like they don't want to take accountability. And it's like you then become the parent because it's like you can't speak your mind at that point. You can't be truthful. And that's hard. It's very hard where it's like you could have all these things happening to you, like happen to you as a child, and then have to just like resolve them by yourself, and maybe not even like getting that acknowledgement or like recognition with like what you have gone through. That's kind of hard, right? And we have judging people. Maybe you guys are afraid. Like I said earlier, where it's just like if you judge people, it tends to feel like because you judge yourself, or like you it's so much. I think you guys have gone through so much. You couldn't even explain it. Even if you were crying, like we're trying to express how you feel, nobody would really listen. And then it became like, I hate to say it. I don't hate to say it, but the truth is, our parents did the best that they could, right? And at the end of the day, we can't change the past. Like, it happened, it's done. All we can do is move on and move forward. There is definitely a blockage here that's not letting you have that for some reason. We have the Ace of Cups, which is a new beginning. You're struggling to have a new beginning here because of your childhood. Like the Six of Cups in the reverse came out. You have to heal this thing where it's like, because where are you now? There's only so much blame we can place on our environment, or like on things that have happened to us, because that does not define us. What defines us is what we want, like, or what we choose to define ourselves. And I know it's easier said than done. Like, I'm not trying to preach, because I don't know what you have gone through, Capricorn. Like, it could have been very traumatic. But we can't live in that. We don't want to live in that state, right? Like, we want to move on. And through the pain, we grow. A lot of times, like, we need to have, to struggle in order to become strong. Because if everything is easy for us, or if everything just is handed to us, we're not really appreciative of like what it took to get there. And so sometimes, I hate to say it, but we need to be thankful for what's happened to us. I don't know why. I just like, maybe this is how you're feeling, because I won't say I'm ever thankful for everything that I've gone through. I can acknowledge it and realize that without that, I would not be here. And I think that's the same thing, because I'm not going to be thankful for that. I don't know why. I don't want to say that. It happened, and I survived. Any more messages here for Capricorn? 5 of Cups came out, and the Empress. And that's basically what I was saying, where it's like, you went through this to become this Empress. So powerful, so like loving, and it's just like you have, like, people look up to you in a way. Well, they want to. Well, they can. Do they? They do. I think you guys are kind of hard on yourselves, Capricorn. And that's what it's coming down to, where it's like you are just, I don't know if like you think things should be a certain type of way. Yeah. Oh, okay. It's kind of like maybe you think that if you didn't have to go through all this, like in your past, like in your childhood, then maybe you would have ended up differently. But, or maybe even better, like maybe you're doing good in life right now, right? It's just like maybe you're like, oh, if I would have had this kind of support system, then I could have been like this, and this now. But it's not. That's not how it works. We cannot think like that. We're gonna drive each other crazy like that. Okay, let me get advice for you guys, and then we'll do Aquarius. That's basically what I was saying, Capricorn. It says, stuck in lack. You have all the resources you need to carry you through, whether it's financial, emotional, or physical limitations that you think you have. It is only ego-based fears taking over. Rein them in and don't give up. Like, you have all the power. You've gotten this far. Your past is over. It's done with. And you're going to even succeed more. Like, we have to like stop giving power outside of ourselves to things, right? Okay, that's it. Good luck to you guys, Capricorns. You guys are gonna be fine. I know you. You'll be good. Last, okay, we have Aquarius. Can we get messages here for Aquarius? We have service to others, the plot. Higher purpose. Which makes sense. Aquariuses, you guys are humanitarians, right? Like in the greater scheme of things, you guys do believe in helping others. We have working on creative endeavors, whatever that might be to you, music, writing, blogging, crocheting, sewing. Aquariuses, I think this is what you guys are doing right now, right? Like that's maybe what you believe is your purpose. We have willpower. Scorpio. Interesting. So I think maybe you guys kind of have like this up and down, like what you're supposed to be doing, or like what you were, or what you want to do, right? Scorpio is all about death and rebirth. And having the willpower can sometimes be hard to want to do that. Consistency, right? And then something ending or beginning. With and there's nothing you can do. Sometimes too, it's like you can have the willpower to do something, but if it's not meant to be, then it's not meant to be. Oh, let's use a different deck. Some of these cards are backwards, so let me just... Okay, we need protection. Maybe you guys need to protect yourself a little bit, Aquarius. We have the Ace of Swords that came out. I think you guys already know your higher purpose, Aquarius. Sometimes when it's like maybe being afraid to be seen. That's like a really big thing that's coming up, or Also with the Ace of Wands, it's like maybe you guys question sometimes on like maybe this is what you're supposed to be doing. We have the Eight of Cups, and it came out on Scorpio. Ooh. There is just a lot of things, like people you might have to leave in your past that maybe you just are uncomfortable leaving them behind. Like they could always be trying to get your attention. And having that nostalgia, or like, you know, having those people in your life is very comfortable for you. And it could be actually very hard to actually walk away from these things. Interesting. What else is there? Ace of Wands came out. Oh. Ace of Wands came out in the reverse, where it's like you might have to kind of be careful with the people that you allow into your life, because it can kind of stagnate like the things that you're supposed to be doing. There's not, like, just because you've known someone for a very long time does not mean that this person is supposed to be in your life. Sometimes it could be a hindrance, like their energy can like hinder you, and just be careful. Not everybody's meant to be in your life, and that's okay. Literally walk away. I'm going to take that one for you guys. We'll do one more, but you're wasting your precious energy on something that will not bear fruit. It's time to turn your attention to things more aligned to your soul's purpose. And that'll be different for everybody, right? Whatever it is that brings you happiness or joy. I do feel like there are people in your life that they just don't understand you. And there's nothing wrong with that, right? But also too, having them in your life or needing to protect yourself from them is a lot of work. So maybe just distancing yourself from them. We have break free. You're being asked to break free from the tribe in order to live your authentic life. This isn't easy, but it's very necessary if you are going to share your true self with others. Be brave, be real, be you, and trust that those who love you will always be there for you. Wow, okay. This was so long. Thank you guys for staying this long. I hope it resonated, all of it. If you guys are still here, please make sure you like the video, comment, subscribe. Like I said, we're really close to 1,000 followers, and then we will do that free yes or no question. And yeah, stay true to yourself, guys. Anything else? I think, if you guys would like to purchase a reading, that information is available down below in the description. I want to know if is there anything else? I can't remember. Okay, thanks guys. Love you. I'll see you later next time. Bye.